free opportunities for people to talk about technology in a free forum. Good hands. Oh, there we go. And one more for the way back. And if you get two, you have to give one away. And just provide an opportunity for you folks to get together to build a bigger piece of the pie, to understand technologies. So you can ask questions of them if you want to. If some sort of discussion breaks out that's a little unruly, go to the Birds of a Feather room. We'll be regulating things there. Thank you for letting me interrupt, and on with the show.
I'm a member of the host group as well here. So back to, I feel very fortunate to be here this week with all of you in the room, plus all the different presenters. So hopefully we'll be interacting over the next few days. You know, I talked a little bit about trust. I talked a little bit about security issues. A big part is the fear that companies do have. And the other thing is, you know, people with the appropriate skill sets for designing and building. What happened? It got really dark. So someone. The appropriate skill sets for designing and building semantic solutions are not widely available. It's certainly something that we see customers pop up, and it's a business opportunity for vendors who do have that. It's a business opportunity for consultants. I think, you know, John, you're raising your hand. You know.
Well, I just wanted to say, I have the task in the Air Force. One of the things I have to do is have to go out and educate people building semantic models. And this book came out in April. I haven't met the guys who wrote it, but I will be here, hopefully, right here. This has been really, really valuable. There's a few other texts, but this gets down to the nuts and bolts level. And when you're talking about the lack of skill sets, it's been a huge problem for the Air Force community. I don't know about the other folks, but just getting out there and teaching these folks and having a book to help is great. So.
Absolutely. I agree with that book. Another one, and I've been buying these as gifts for your customers, so if you're a customer of mine, is recently Jeff Pollack from Oracle published The Semantic Web for Dummies, which is a highly recommended book. I basically, you know, gave it to a lot of people who've been internally at Dow Jones, just people who aren't involved in my division that I thought would benefit from it, and I bought it for customers. Jeff's making a lot of money off of me, but it's a very important piece that you have to educate everybody that comes to the Semantic conference. We will get educated. Let's take that back and educate others and organizations and our customers.
We spend a lot of time in the federal sector, and we're tuned into the Obama administration and the transparency, openness, collaboration, and recovery.gov tracking, you know, the money, the stimulus money, and data.gov to expose and make accessible government information. There are huge opportunities there, you know, for ratcheting it up a notch. I mean, people come in and they think they're on the front edge and they're thinking Web 2 thoughts, you know, maybe a little cloud thrown in. And in order to make an environment, you know, that's really citizen friendly, and one where people can both come in as the consumer of information and get at what they want relevantly, or as a contributor where they're trying to, you know, present information in, or they want to be able to connect one kind of information with another. This is, you know, this is the sweet spot. I mean, this is, you know, linked data for, you know, for us. And I think at that point, the point I wanted to make was that we found like folks like Cambridge Semantics and some of these others who are doing tools at the level of, you know, how you kind of expose a fabric, say, over top of a spreadsheet. You know, take your columns, put them into RDF, connect it with them. Things that people can work with, like with your application, you know, they never have to know an angle bracket, you know, so on, because they kind of understand something about what information means. And then these are ways that they get in. And I think where we are now is we're just at the point with that kind of use case where I don't have to go in and, you know, teach them. I can get by that. I can go to the end user demo. You know, when they get it, you know, then they just say, I want it. And then, you know, and guys like Gruber have kind of pointed this out. If you get the user experience right, you know, people will build with that. You know,
well, since we're in an enterprise room here, because this is what I found is that if that vacuum of knowledge is not filled with, you know, because too often we're going, well, hey guys, build some ontologies, go read about it out. And you know, in a large enterprise, that's often what's happening. And if that knowledge vacuum is not filled by you, unfortunately, in our community, it's been filled too often by, for instance, enterprise architects who are actually a great beneficiary of this technology. They don't really understand it, and they're we've had numerous cases of them being absolute enemies of it and sandbagging the projects and really attacking them, and then coming back and going, whoa, 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 you know, and then pointing to the applications of it and the technological examples, Cambridge, Semantics, Metatomics.
But in 2005,
yeah.
DARPA did their swan song
Yeah.
thing, and your CIO at that point the Air Force was now with SRI or SRA, and he said, we're going semantic technology. We're going there. He says, however, I can't go there if I've got to give them a manual that's this thick. Others, I want people to have, I want to treat data the same way we treat asset responsibilities. And he said, but to do that, I've got a 1 million person I don't know what the number was, but a very large organization, and it has to be understandable to them. It has to be something they can do. We're a task-oriented organization and so on. And so, the issue you have is exactly that, this gap in knowledge, and you